In the age of digitally downloaded music, the CD is slowly going the way of the pocket-sized cassette and the 8-track tape. But surprisingly, sales of vinyl records, the format that gave birth to the music industry itself, are climbing. That's good news to the people who still enjoy setting a needle in a groove. It's even better news to the owners of Columbus's Musicol Recording Studio, where music has been transferred to vinyl since the early 1970s.
Of all the formats that came out, I think CDs were the biggest effect on records, because it looked like records were about gone. And a lot of the majors, the biggies, RCA, Columbia, Decca, and these people, shut down their plants. The big thing that was happening, they weren't getting big runs like they did with records, and they had all this overhead to maintain to keep the plant up, and they just didn't want to keep the money pumped into it. Well, once this happened, when the biggies shut down and somebody needed something done, wanted records, they'd come to some of us smaller people. And that's the reason we have business today.
John began cutting records as a teenager in the early 40s, and by 1960 he and a business partner had founded Musicol. On the main level, you'll find John cutting masters, the transformation of music from an original source to the grooves of a lacquered disc that eventually will become a record in a store. Most record plants use huge automated machines. John cuts them by hand, a fading art.
There's a couple other old-timers like myself around that still do it that way. And I would say of all the people around that cut, there are probably less than 2 dozen in the total United States. The noisings are particularly hard to work with. You don't know what you've got. You almost have to play the whole thing to find out what's going on.
Cutting a master John's way requires him to listen to every song. Every song. John, at age 78, has become an expert on one of the current underground sounds known as noise rock.
You'd listen to that and have to take some drugs. You didn't know whether the drugs did it or...
Yeah. As a new generation discovers vinyl, Musicol is on track to set a production record in 2008. If it surprises anyone, it surprises John.
I thought CDs would be that good and people would jump, but it didn't. There's this whole new class that's come up now wanting to do records. They're still here. And even bigger and growing all the time.